What do we call an animal that has a backbone? A crustacean. A vertebrate. An invertebrate. The correct answer is a vertebrate. Impress your friends with this fact: vertebrates include fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. They all share a backbone made of a series of bones called vertebrae. What do we call an animal that does not have a backbone? A vertebrate. A mammal. An invertebrate. The correct answer is an invertebrate. Here's an interesting fact: invertebrates make up about 97% of all animal species on Earth. They include insects, spiders, worms, snails, and crabs. Which class of vertebrates is warm-blooded, has feathers, and lays eggs? Reptiles. Mammals. Birds. The correct answer is birds. Here's a nugget of wisdom: birds are the only animals with feathers. They are warm-blooded, meaning they keep a steady body temperature regardless of the environment. Which class of vertebrates feeds its young on milk? Birds. Reptiles. Mammals. The correct answer is mammals. Knowledge boost: mammals are warm-blooded and nurse their young with milk produced by the mother. Humans, dogs, whales, and bats are all mammals. Which class of vertebrates is cold-blooded, has scales, and breathes through gills throughout its life? Amphibians. Reptiles. Fish. The correct answer is fish. Did you know? Fish are cold-blooded vertebrates that live in water. They breathe through gills and are covered in scales. Examples include salmon, sharks, and goldfish. Which class of vertebrates breathes through gills as young and lungs as adults? Fish. Reptiles. Amphibians. The correct answer is amphibians. Impress your friends with this fact: amphibians, like frogs, toads, and newts, spend part of their life in water and part on land. They hatch in water and later develop lungs. Which class of vertebrates is cold-blooded, has dry, scaly skin, and lays leathery eggs on land? Amphibians. Fish. Reptiles. The correct answer is reptiles. Did you know? Reptiles like snakes, lizards, crocodiles, and tortoises are cold-blooded. They rely on the sun to warm their bodies and shelter to cool down. How many legs do all insects have? 4, 8, 6. The correct answer is 6. Surprising trivia: all insects have exactly 6 legs and 3 body parts: the head, thorax, and abdomen. Ants, bees, butterflies, and beetles are all insects. How many legs do arachnids have? 6, 10, 8. The correct answer is 8. Fun fact: arachnids including spiders, scorpions, ticks, and mites all have 8 legs. This is the key difference between arachnids and insects. Are spiders classified as insects? Yes, they are insects. No, they are arachnids. No, they are crustaceans. The correct answer is, no, they are arachnids. Did you know? Spiders are arachnids, not insects. They have 8 legs and 2 body parts, whereas insects have 6 legs and 3 body parts. What is the name of the scientist who created the modern system for classifying living things? Charles Darwin, Gregor Mendel, Carl Linnaeus. The correct answer is Carl Linnaeus. Here's an interesting fact. Carl Linnaeus was an 18th century Swedish scientist who gave every known species a 2-part Latin name. His system is still used by scientists worldwide today. What is the 2-name scientific naming system called? Taxonomy, binomial nomenclature, the Linnaean key. The correct answer is binomial nomenclature. A quick fact for you, binomial nomenclature uses 2 Latin names, the genus and the species. For example, the domestic cat is Felis catus and the lion is Panthera leo. What is the scientific name for humans? Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo sapiens. The correct answer is Homo sapiens. Fun fact, Homo sapiens means wise man in Latin. All living humans belong to this single species. The genus name Homo is shared with our extinct human relatives. What is a dichotomous key used for? Measuring the weight of organisms, drawing scientific diagrams, identifying and classifying organisms using yes or no questions. The correct answer is identifying and classifying organisms using yes or no questions. Here's an interesting fact. A dichotomous key presents a series of paired statements. By choosing the correct answer at each step, you can identify an unknown organism. What is the broadest and most general group in the classification system? Species, genus, kingdom. The correct answer is kingdom. Here's an interesting fact. The classification system goes from broadest to narrowest: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. All living things are placed in one of the main kingdoms. What is the most specific and narrowest group in the classification system? Kingdom, family, species. The correct answer is species. Here's something cool. Species is the most specific level. Members of the same species can breed together naturally and produce fertile offspring. Different species generally cannot. What kingdom do mushrooms, toadstools, and mold belong to? Plants, animals, fungi. The correct answer is fungi. Knowledge boost: fungi cannot make their own food through photosynthesis. Instead, they absorb nutrients from decaying material around them. Yeast used in bread and beer is also a fungus. What are microorganisms? Very small insects. Tiny living things that can only be seen with a microscope. Small plants. The correct answer is tiny living things that can only be seen with a microscope. Here's something cool. Microorganisms include bacteria, protists, and some fungi. They live in soil, water, air, and even inside our bodies. Some are helpful and others cause disease. Are viruses classified as living things by scientists? Yes, they are a type of bacteria. Yes, they are living organisms. No, because they cannot carry out life processes on their own. The correct answer is no, because they cannot carry out life processes on their own. Let's learn something new. Viruses need a host cell to reproduce. They do not eat, grow, or carry out other life processes independently, so most scientists do not classify them as living. What is a species? Any group of similar-looking animals. A group of organisms that can breed together and produce fertile offspring. A type of kingdom. The correct answer is a group of organisms that can breed together and produce fertile offspring. Here's something cool. Lions and tigers look similar but cannot produce fertile offspring together, which means they are separate species. Dogs and wolves can interbreed and are very closely related species. What are the 5 main vertebrate groups? Fish, birds, insects, mammals, reptiles. Fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals. Fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, worms. The correct answer is fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammals. A quick fact for you, the 5 vertebrate groups are fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. All other animals are invertebrates. There are far more invertebrate species than vertebrate species on Earth. Which of these is an invertebrate? A frog, a shark, a woodlouse. The correct answer is a woodlouse. Here's something cool. Woodlice are crustaceans and therefore invertebrates. Frogs are amphibians and sharks are fish, minus both are vertebrates with a backbone. What do we call plants that produce flowers and seeds? Non-flowering plants. Ferns. Flowering plants. The correct answer is flowering plants. Fun fact, flowering plants are the most common type of plant. They produce flowers for pollination and then seeds enclosed in a fruit or pod. Examples include roses, sunflowers, and oak trees. What is the study of classifying and naming living things called? Genetics. Zoology. Taxonomy. The correct answer is taxonomy. Here's something cool. Taxonomy helps scientists organize the millions of known species into logical groups based on shared characteristics. New species are still being discovered and named every year. Which of these is not a characteristic used to classify vertebrates into groups? Whether they are warm or cold-blooded. The color of their eyes. Whether they lay eggs or give birth to live young. The correct answer is the color of their eyes. Knowledge boost. Scientists classify vertebrates based on characteristics like body covering, whether they are warm or cold-blooded, how they breathe, and how they reproduce, minus not on color. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and we'll catch you in the next one.